Hi guys, Retro Trek Ralph here. Now, Doctor Who. Now, I don't know when the new series is coming out, don't know what's going to happen with it, see what happens in the future, but it's the props of a lot of these sci-fi sort of franchises that I really like. And if you've seen the channel before, you know I like the Sonics, and these are ones you can buy from the shops. Buy absolutely loads. I've actually got a box full of them here anyway, so even as the I do actually like the Capaldi one because it looks very funky with the two different lights. All of them are in there, as well as the Jodie Whittaker one, which has got the, not even that one, it's this one that it spins around. It's quite rare, it's American only, but it's you get it over here anyway. But these are my Sonics. They're all of them there. There's even down to, I don't think I've actually reviewed it, is this one here that I can class as the first, or second Doctor's Sonic, which is basically one of those little tester things that doctors and nurses have for, it's for checking whether or not you're alive or not. You put it in the pupils and the pupil will dilate. Yes, but it's it was just a metal tube. And it was a torch battery, an ever-ready thing, but it kind of looks very simplistic, except the actual dome on the end comes out quite far. These are quite good because it's got USB charge on the end, but that's by the by, really. You need to take that off and that off, but hey-ho. The whole point of this is as follows. There's one I'm actually missing, and that is that. Anybody know about the franchise, they'll know that this is Paul McGann's Dark Eyes sonic screwdriver. And this is a 3D print of it. I actually bought this from eBay from a guy called Scrappy Dave. He does lots of 3D prints, he does lots of Star Trek, Doctor Who, all sorts of bits and bats on there, but I bought this because, one, I want to paint it myself, two, I wanted to light it. Now the problem with this is, I'm going to show you a bit close up. The whole thing on this is meant to be virtually all brass. Now I've got the computer in front of me showing pictures of different ones people have done, and it's mainly brass. These parts here are wooden, so it's kind of a worn brass sort of thing. It's one of these things that props are made from things you could usually find. It's like the lightsabers from Star Wars were all made out of plumbing parts. So you could literally make them yourselves if you knew what parts to buy. And the original Darth Vader one, the Luke Skywalker, all that sort of stuff were all plumbing parts. Now, what I want with this is try and get inside. The problem with this is Scrappy Dave does sell this complete. It's been printed in 5 parts, but I did ask him if he wouldn't mind not putting them together, and he forgot. So I went and bought another one from him, which there's one part, there is another part. Is that there? That's there. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the best thing about this is these 2 parts here are hollow. The actual handle part, they stick together. There is a join line, fine, I could do something with that anyway, whether it's that way or that way, I don't really know. That plugs into there, and that sticks on that way, which is fine. I've got a second one there to play around with. These are hollow, so I could probably get some sort of lighting fixture in there and maybe some batteries. But this, I need to light up this crystal on the end, and the problem with it is it's white, 3D printed resin, plastic or whatever it is. You can see the lines on there where it's been printed anyway. So my plans are drill out this so I can get this as much hollow as possible, remove that crystal, completely cut it off. These are meant to be wires going in to power the crystal or something, but whether or not I actually keep those on or remove them, I can paint them easily because they look pretty good as they are anyway without even any sanding. But I need to remove that so I can cut along there, take that off, drill through the entire centerpiece of this, and then I can get something lit. Now my idea of getting one of these lit is as follows. They are very easy to do, shall we say, by getting another sonic screwdriver, which does work. It's the Matt Smith one. But inside here, there's a core. It would have been easier with the make your own screwdriver set, I think it was, because there's a plastic core which is inside it, which then you change the outer, similar to what this pot is here. Now, it's a little bit wider than that, but I think I can do something with it. So what I need to do is dismantle this screwdriver and fit in, or remove the actual green section in the middle. So all I need to do with this is, that comes off, so I can get rid of that for a bit. There's four screws there, which is like triangle ones. So what I'm going to do is remove those to remove this section, and hopefully the top bit will be removed. I'm not sure whether or not it can, if I can remove instead of, actually I'm not even sure that needs to be removed. I think this end crystal bit, the little bobbly bit on the end, if that came off, it looks like it's a little loose, the whole core might come out. So leave me to play for a bit. Once I've got this core out, then we can consider starting to do stuff with this, and then afterwards we can start painting. Like I say, it's all brass, apart from that's clear but lights up blue, so I need to do something with that. Hopefully it's a clear LED in the end. If it isn't, then I can put a blue LED in, not a problem. The way I think it's been laid out, there'll be a few cables up there and LED at the end. I can just replace that, and it shouldn't be too bad. And then brass things over, weather it a little bit, and then it's, yeah, we should be okay. So let's get on with seeing if I can get this into pieces. Right, I'm going to get these out of the way for a second, but talk to you anyway. Unscrewed all the 4 screws on there. I'll show you from the other one I've got anyway. It's these 4 screws that were along the centre here anyway. Like I said, the triangle ones anyway. All 4 have come out, and I did actually try this a few weeks ago on this one, because this does work fine. Bit flat, so I need the batteries. But it kind of, it's very loose. But that one seemed a little bit better. Now I've unscrewed all 4 of these, and that wouldn't come out for some reason. I don't know why it didn't, except this one does. And the whole lot seem to, yeah, that comes off of there, because that in this end bit, there's a little plastic washer there behind a spring, so that spring obviously helps go through. As hoped, there's a small 3mm LED on there. It's strange how all this is actually properly made, exactly the same as the actual prop, but out of plastic. Brilliant, it's absolutely brilliant. So we've got parts to one side for that. This now comes out of here, and I'm left with this core. Perfect. So button there. You know about pressing it more than once. 2 buttons on there, one for the bottom button. So now I've got this I can actually do stuff with, which is quite impressive. So all I need to do is try and get a hole through the bottom of here to there. So dead centre it and try and maybe step it a little bit. I'm not sure if to try and make it so the light will be below here and it kind of emits up through. I mean, yes, I've got to take this to pieces anyway and change that LED over. I can see inside there's some wires, so that will be very easy to swap over. But then I could actually coax that out, just the LED, because it doesn't look like the wires are fully stretched for it all, but I'm sure I could get in there and do something. There's 2 screws there for the battery compartment, but this is a lot better than I thought. A lot better. So let me try and get, because that goes, I need the other one back again. I shouldn't have put that away, should I? Because that goes on there, so that will go maybe to there. I might have to pack out a lot of this with glue, to be honest. Hold hot glue in place and hold it in the centre, and then hopefully I could make it so. I was going to suggest I could possibly do, because that's going to be on level with there, isn't it? but that goes in the bottom like that. If it didn't and was held into place some other way, then I could possibly have this bottom section just comes out, and then the whole core would slide out for a battery removal, and then that would probably go in, maybe hold in place where the button's going to go. Okay, this is planning on the fly here. This is me thinking what I could do with this. I think I need that centre section putting together. I'm not sure where the button would actually be on this. Is it on the top? I think it might be that one there. There's a little hole bit there. Which, would that line up with the top one? Possible. If that lines up there, which is almost perfect, that would be the emitter going straight in to the very end. Okay. I've even lost the button. There it is. The button will be there. I was looking at the wrong button. The button's there, so that'll be on line with there, be too long. But I can cut away bits, because all of this section here is cable for the LED. So I could just cut it down so it's that big. And even keep the button where it is. Cut that section off there. I mean, yeah, it's going to look scrappy when I've done it. But this will be inside. That just leaves me with a... yeah. Cut off that top section. Yeah, this is me planning on the... you can hear my thought process here. It's quite good. But as long as I get it sort of... yeah. If it just pops in, which I think they're just keeping it on line with where the button is, wouldn't be bad at all. Putting this section so it comes to there, and then just the LED pops out into the crystal. Like I say, I need to remove this, cut off, and to remove that and actually fabricate my own, which I'm sure I can find a piece of plastic, little plastic block, sand the sides down, make it so it's that shape, but then afterwards maybe get some sort of resin or glue or whatever to try and make it all flatter. Actually, there's a technique that some people do use, is get these sanded down, we're making it out of clear plastic, and then you heat the sides, which then makes them smoother. But we will do that whenever. In the worst case, I can make the whole lot fit in, and that top bit, which does fit rather snugly on there, would be the top, and it doesn't come off. So that's pretty good. Okay, let's have a think of what we can do with this. Now, a little while later, right, I've decided to put the two halves of this together. There's a slight join there. It's not as bad as I thought. I can sand that down because I don't want to see all the 3D printed lines, which we can do at the minute. And there's a bit of me stuck on there as well, but hey ho. So that gives me the tube at least to fit that through, which it's free enough. I took the batteries out, so it's gone. This top bit here seemed to be weak anyway, so I've managed to cut that off, but I think it wants to be about... I might move the button, so I've got two on here anyway, so you can see inside there the cables for this bottom button. I might actually move that one further up so it's maybe there, and then potentially put something through this bit here to make that the button, because it looks like it's obviously lines going around, the wood going down, and then a piece there, and that's where most people seem to think that that's where the button is. So if that can go, move from there to there, and technically be about there, which ain't bad to, but actually that's probably spot on, because that is not that part I want. That part there goes into there, which, if it's not permanently in, that is exactly where that wants to go. Actually, I don't think, yeah, because if that's stuck into place, then if I cut off there and use this part here as its top part, and the button is about there, then potentially that's going to fit perfect where that part is there. So I'm going to remove that, remove the LED. I need to dismantle this. I really do need to take that to pieces. I mean, I'm trying to take off, at the minute, the crystal, and I've managed to cut off where these cable bits are on the side here by just snipping them off and being careful. Yeah. But then I need to take the crystal itself off, so all I can think is putting a hacksaw blade behind it, behind where the cables are, and just delicately cutting as best I can. Like I said, this needs replaced by a clear one, so I need to make one. So that needs cutting, but not cutting too much. I'll go around that much, and I'll swap around to there, and then around for the other one as well. I mean, it's slow, but this is what model making is. It's nice, steady progress without killing everything. I'd never have to light that as it is. It's plastic, it will not light up properly. See, it is going through a bit. See the cut on the crystal there. Oh, that is working. If it goes too much, then I'll have to sand the top of this down, which I don't want to do. But I think so far that's actually not doing bad. Okay, plodding along. I think I'm almost through. Let me get you in so we can see this coming off. The cut's all the way around. It's not pretty, but you can see the centre bit there is... Come on. That could come off. A bit more cutting, I think. So I'll just be careful that I'm not going to cut the cable. I mean, yeah, the worst case, if those cables get cut, then I can just use something else. There we go. On that side, I can pull. There's the filament there of it. Outside. There we go. So that's better because I can actually see inside now of where this is. I mean, the crystal will get stuck on top, but at least I've got a template now what to get it to, for the size, the shape and whatever to try and mould things down to. So that ain't bad. That's actually, for me, that's pretty good there. I could possibly end up cutting my finger off. Don't worry, I'm a professional. Well, professional something. Not cameraman, that is for certain. If I had tiny files, then I'd be fine at this. I'm just try and trim away as little as I can. I just want to make this flat. Actually, I haven't got to have it. This needs drilling through. That will fit back in place anyway, and I can glue the pipes, cables back onto it wherever I want, whether it's on the corners like this is, or whether or not it's in the middle of a side. Actually, I'm not even sure if those corner bits are the right place for the cables to go. Some pictures show it's into the actual flat part, so it would be better if it was like that. I don't know. I don't know. I have to look more into... See, there's so many different designs out there, it's ridiculous. I mean, this possibly isn't even the right one anyway, so I don't know. It's looking good so far. A little bit of a mishmash on there, that'll paint over anyway. That's fine. So we have that out of the way. Goes up there. That, like I said, that will fit on there. I need to drill this out now. Drill through the middle, not too much, but to hollow this out enough to try and get something so much through. So I only need to do maybe that width. Okay, easy enough to do. I'll get the drill out and see what I can do. Slight success, slight failure. Right, drill a hole through the bottom, find the exact centre as best I can, drill through. Yeah. There's a lot of hollow parts in these, so if you get one of these yourself from Scrappy Dog, then fine. Or if not, these are online, the plans for this. I don't have a 3D printer. I haven't got access to the 3D printer at the moment, so hence I bought one. So drill straight through. Hollow gaps are all inside, obviously part of the print. I've managed to break one of these, but it's still attached. So I might just put some super glue and put it in place, or just remove them all and put some sort of thin wire on there just to make it look interesting. We'll see what we can do. So the hole's through. It's actually perfect width for that. I've just cut off. But because I haven't put that one in just yet, I've actually stuck those two together anyway now, those bottom pieces, because I don't know whether or not if it wants to be left like that, and then I top it on. Okay, so that is too long anyway. So I think so we don't want the hole there, didn't we? Does it all want cutting off? I think it all wants cutting off to there, doesn't it? Okay. Now all I need to do is not push that in. Okay, so no turning the drill on. Push that back through like that. I'll probably destroy the LED, but I'm not having that one anyway. That's coming off. So let me cut off this, so I'm left with that part there, which should be enough to sit, and maybe drill that out further there, so it will wedge itself into there. So when I want to change the batteries on this, the whole thing will, the top will come off with that attached. That's a good idea, Ralph. So I might actually leave a little bit extra on there. So I'm going to cut it off to above where those two holes are there, which seems like a plan.